Here comes the sun, doobie-doobie-doo. Here comes the sun.
I say,
It's alright, it's alright.
they're the Pharcyde. Hi, I'm George Harrison, and this is my new interview series, Beats with a Beatle. Come on, let's find our next guest. Oh.
You know, I wake up every day with a smile on my face.
That sounds like
I was starting a new song.
I like that. I wake up every day with a smile on my face. When I hear that bass, it puts something in my pace. The Pharcyde, formerly known as the Pharcyde. And they're back together. Let's hear it for them back together.
Hello.
Imani, Fatlip, Slim Kid Trey.
Yes.
They got the band back together, and we're going to talk about being back together.
It's been a bizarre ride.
It has been, hold for it, a bizarre ride.
That's right. You know, despite like the ups and downs of the touring, when we hit the stage, everything is just like amazing. Can't complain whatsoever.
We've all seen footage on the internet.
It's on
It's
fire
wild,
every
man.
time. It's
People
pretty
get wild. You
It
play
looks like
Passing Me
Liverpool
By.
in 1964, man.
I certainly can relate to that. When we do I Want to Hold Your Hand, and they go crazy. You do Passing Me By, and I assume it's the same sort of feeling. And now you're back in your hometown.
Yes,
Los Angeles. Bring your 30 quid and pay for the tickets. They're legends.
We're legends.
Imani, right? That you're legends. People should be.
Are we legends?
You
are we legends? We are legends.
You are
aren't we?
legends.
Legends.
Two of the greatest hip-hop records of all time. Now we're talking about the Bizarre Ride.
Yes.
Right? The record and the touring.
Yeah.
But I've
Yeah.
always said Lab Cabin, California is like the Sgt. Pepper's of hip-hop albums.
I like that.
Can I just ask you, how did it feel at the time to make that change musically from what you had done at the beginning and take those kind of risks?
Well, you know, we were just living the life, you know, and then we went to New York on the second album because we had a pretty extensive budget from the first one, and we got to work with our favorite producers of all time, and we ended up, you know, getting a beat CD from Q-Tip that belonged to J.Dilla, and
J.D. at the time.
Yeah, and we went from J Swift to J.Dilla, you know, two prodigies, two musical geniuses. I couldn't imagine anybody else that was going to fill the shoes.
Who's the next J?
You've had the J's from J Swift to J Dilla. Tell the people here that you need the edge and what you're looking for, because these people, they may be your next producer with that edge. Tell them what you want.
Hey, well, what about this? Let's set up a American Idol-esque show for beatmakers.
Next top beatmaker.
Next hot beatmaker.
Next hot
beatmaker.
beatmaker.
You got the judges right here.
All
That's right. Oh, I get to judge as
I'll
well.
be the judge.
I know a thing or two about
We
making
need a
beats.
guest judge. So us three, and then it'll be a guest judge.
How about
No,
George?
we change it. Alternates.
I'll come in for the pilot.
Right.
Just to get it off the ground.
Right.
You know, I understand. My name on something, Imani, has quite a bit of weight.
you can do the intro music.
I can do the intro music.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
get
yeah.
started. Next America's Hot Beatmaker.
Next hot beatmaker.
Next America's Hot Beatmaker. Next America's Hot Beatmaker.
Nah, we want to take this international though,
Of course, okay.
because beats is coming
You know
from
what?
everywhere
That's
nowadays.
a good point. That's a good point.
Then let's
We need to.
Después fuego, música para los amigos. Well, I thought we'd go worldwide.
We could.
That's the best I could do on short notice. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
We've had a lot of great beats as the Beatles. It's in the name.
Wow.
The
right.
Beatles.
You're on fire, George.
Maybe I'm next America's Hot Beatmaker. Let me ask, what Beatles song would you most like to sample in your work? If I give you permission, what Beatles song would you sample?
Strawberry Fields.
I'd say Michelle. I just the emotion. It's a story, you know.
Can I hear you? Can I hear?
Michelle, my belle, someday goes and get on some croissant. I need you.
I need you. I need you.
I need to make you see.
You crack me up every time.
Thank you.
Imani, do you have a Beatles song you'd like to?
Nah, I'm going through the files, dog. It's too many. You can go so many different ways. I like Sgt. Pepper's, though.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
a
Like
you know,
Sgt. Peppers.
that's a
But
funky
would
beat.
be a
That's
sample.
actually
It would
it's
be
like a 4 on the
remake.
floor kind of.
You can do the remake of that.
The Far
Oh, I
Side.
got one. Come together.
Come together.
Because
oh,
if
beat.
with a boom, it's going
I can dig that.
Oh yeah, we can get that. We can hit that right
Yeah,
now.
come together. That's it.
Oh, we go
Oh,
there.
that makes sense. Come together, right?
They've
Come
come
together.
together. Oh, I don't want anything for it. Not even a little credit.
Come
I just want to
together.
hear it.
Okay.
Because they've
Right now.
Dun, dun.
over me.
Yeah, that's funky.
Let's go. Let's get that.
Chicka wow wow.
I can hear that.
All right.
come.
Get Pharrell to produce that shit.
Let me ask, which Beatle would each of you be? I have my own. opinion.
Ringo.
John Lennon.
Ringo.
Ringo, John Lennon, and then who would you be,
Paul.
Fatlip?
I guess I'd be Paul.
Which would leave me as George as George.
There you go.
Full circle, baby.
We wouldn't take your spot.
You've all known each other for more than 30 years.
Yep.
I would like to see each one of you give positive reinforcement to the other lads that you've been with, that you've been friends with, been mates with.
Yeah. Are you ready, Lip? It's the same thing I said in Russia when we was out there. I was like, Lip, you so incredible with your shit, man. I was like, cause like, you know what? We have these, the thing about us is we do these things and they're great things, but we don't want to get stuck in that moment so we can move on to more great things. So like one of his greatest things was the Pass Me By situation. And I was like, man, I believe that he can do a whole lot more. Like he hasn't even reached his potential. And you remember that conversation?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's
Well,
my,
you know what?
That's my positive on him.
No, the thing about it is, and I was actually thinking about this the other day, because I was thinking about one of Trey's lyrics, and it goes for Imani and also Booty Brown. Shout out to Booty Brown.
What up, Booty?
When we were working on this on these records, we were so focused on our verse that we never really paid attention to each other, what each other was doing. And then until later, I'm like thinking about like Trey's verses from Other Fish and where Imani was flipping stuff on old shit, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. The Pharcyde as a group is pretty dynamic.
There's something about you being all together.
It's a cake mix, you know what I mean? Or it's a peach cobbler, and we need all these elements for it to have the flavor that it does. You know what I mean? And that shit just never changes.
Imani,
you know?
what flavors do you love about your mates down here?
I like that everybody is a unique individual.
Yep.
And they do the best to do them. And it's like they the prototypes of what they do. Like Trey had a style. He's like a father of a style. He got a lot of babies that came off his style. Fatlip got a lot of babies off his style. I mean, that's just how I look at it. I told Fatlip he's one of my favorite MCs. Like, and I mean, still, like some of his verses are like my favorite verses in the world and shit. So I told him every night, it's an honor to be on stage with them.
Here comes the sun,
doobie doobie doo. Here comes the sun.
I say,
It's alright. It's alright.
they're the Pharcyde. Bye, everybody.
yeah.
Let's hear it for them. Let's hear it for the Pharcyde.
All right.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right.
Love you. Love you, my friend. Love you, my friend.
All right, guys.
Thank you. Such a pleasure to meet you. Thank y'all very much. I'll see you on stage tonight. I'll be here.
Yes. Thanks. Hey, did you get a chance to go up? Yeah. He said, you're a sweetheart, but no way in hell he's going to leave that guy. Nah, that's good. That's I tried, man. I tried.
Cause being naive to it, you can just lose it like that. See kisses, proposals, don't make it heal back. It beats the sex appeal, that's from the next man. Not necessarily the sex fan. One might appeal to the intellect, having a greater effect on how they feel. It's alright.